Have you ever noticed that your pace has slowed down compared to before? Perhaps rising from your slumber seems like an uphill battle, or a leisurely stroll around the neighborhood leaves you feeling more fatigued than expected. If you've been experiencing these feelings, know that you're not by yourself. As we grow older, transformations occur. Yet the encouraging truth is that you can choose not to embrace them as your inevitable truth. Consider an individual such as Barbara. At 72, she began to realize that her legs no longer moved with the same swiftness as they once did. She had always embraced her independence, yet recently, she noticed a growing reluctance to ascend the stairs, often reaching for furniture to steady herself. It filled her with fear, as the thought of losing her freedom was unbearable. She believed that easing up was merely a facet of aging, a reality she needed to embrace. But was that genuinely the case? Numerical value. It's always possible to reclaim your vitality and power. Embrace the possibility of breaking free from constraints, regardless of the passage of time. Today, I will present 5 straightforward yet impactful practices that can enhance your movement, improve your well-being, and allow you to embrace life with greater confidence. These changes are quite straightforward. Indeed, beginning today is quite straightforward. By the conclusion of this video, you'll find yourself motivated to take action, as the final 2 tips I'll present are truly transformative. The aim is not merely to extend the duration of your existence, but to enrich the quality of your experiences within that time. Each day, you should rise with a sense of strength and capability. Join me as we embark on the initial journey to reclaim your vitality and movement. First, comprehend the true nature of the changes occurring within your body. Growing older doesn't imply you must cease your activity. Your body is evolving, and it's essential to adjust your approach to its care. It is a common belief that experiencing stiffness, weakness, or sluggishness is simply part of getting older. However, the truth is that a significant portion of this decline is attributed to a lack of activity rather than the passage of time. Let us return to Barbara. The more she shunned activity, the more her muscles withered away. As her muscles weakened, movement grew increasingly challenging. The repetition weighed on her, amplifying the sense of age within her. However, once she made the choice to take action, everything started to shift. In reality, your body is designed for movement. When you cease to engage in regular movement, your muscles begin to lose strength, your joints become less flexible, and your energy diminishes. Imagine a vehicle parked in the garage for months, untouched and gathering dust. The engine hesitates to roar to life, the tires deflate slowly, and the battery succumbs to silence. Your body functions in a similar manner. The more you remain still, the more difficult it becomes to take action. However, the reverse holds as well. The greater your movement, the stronger and more energized your body becomes. What's the answer? Begin with the basics. If the thought of walking long distances seems daunting, begin with a brief stroll around your home. To ease morning stiffness, take a moment to stretch before rising from your bed. If stairs feel daunting, start by practicing stepping up and down on just one step. These subtle actions may appear insignificant at first glance, yet they accumulate rapidly. Barbara began her journey with a simple 5-minute daily walk. In just a few weeks, she observed a remarkable increase in the strength of her legs, an enhancement in her balance, and a boost in her confidence. One is never too advanced in years to restore vitality and movement. Your body possesses remarkable strength, and it will react to your daily actions consistently. Movement transcends mere choice. It's essential if you wish to uphold your autonomy. 2. Refuse to let fatigue be your standard. Another frequent challenge that arises with age is the persistent sensation of fatigue. There are mornings when you rise, yet the weight of exhaustion lingers on your shoulders. As the afternoon rolls in, the only desire is to find a comfortable spot and unwind. As the evening approaches, a sense of weariness envelopes you, despite the fact that your day has been relatively uneventful. Barbara faced this challenge as well. She believed her weariness was merely a consequence of getting older. However, what she failed to understand was this. Often, fatigue stems from unhealthy habits, rather than the passage of time. Factors such as irregular sleep patterns, insufficient physical activity, and inadequate hydration can all lead to a sense of lethargy. If you constantly find yourself fatigued, it's essential to examine the underlying reasons behind it. Are you staying adequately hydrated? Dehydration can lead to a sense of fatigue that often goes unnoticed. Are you experiencing rejuvenating sleep? Subpar sleep can result in mental haze, diminished drive, and heightened physical stress. Are you staying active throughout the day? Interestingly, the less you engage in physical activity, the more fatigued you may become. Here are your options. To begin, enhance your fluid intake. It's common for individuals to confuse dehydration with fatigue, so ensure you're consuming adequate water during the day. Next, focus on your sleeping patterns. Aim to maintain a consistent sleep schedule by going to bed and waking up at the same time each day. Additionally, steer clear of screens before bedtime, as the blue light can disrupt your sleep hormones. Next, engage your body. It might appear paradoxical, yet incorporating brief moments of movement into your daily routine can genuinely enhance your energy levels instead of depleting them. Upon implementing these changes, Barbara was astonished by the significant improvement in her well-being. Rather than trudging through the day, she discovered a newfound sense of energy and motivation upon waking. She came to understand that it wasn't the passage of time that hindered her progress, but rather her own habits. Exhaustion doesn't have to define your existence. By implementing these minor changes, you will start to observe a shift in your energy levels in just a matter of days. Your mindset is more important than you realize. The key distinction between individuals who embrace aging with vigor and those who face challenges lies in their perspective. Your perspective on aging profoundly influences your experience of it. Barbara had spent years convinced that she was past the age for exercise, past the age to acquire new skills, and past the age to embrace change. However, once she began to question these beliefs, everything transformed. She ceased viewing age as a constraint and began to perceive it as a chance to nurture herself more effectively. And as soon as she did, her body complied. If you think you're past the point of growth, you'll confirm that belief. However, if you hold the conviction that you can transform, you'll ultimately validate that belief as well. The decision lies in your hands. You're never too old to take action, to restore your vitality, or to experience joy once more. And you are absolutely not too old to embrace life as you wish. Here's a challenge I have for you. Begin now. Implement a minor adjustment, be it increasing your water intake, incorporating morning stretches, or just rising to your feet more frequently. Each little step you take today is a contribution to the person you will become tomorrow. Believe me, your future self will express gratitude. This marks merely the start of something greater. In the following section, I will reveal a crucial yet often neglected element that plays a significant role in maintaining strength and independence as you grow older. It's an aspect you may overlook, yet it significantly impacts your well-being. Remain by my side. This is something you definitely don't want to overlook. Barbara had reached a decision. She refused to allow age to hinder her progress. She began to walk a bit more, increase her water intake, and focus on her sleep, and to her astonishment, she felt an improvement. Yet, an unseen force continued to restrain her. Some mornings, she found herself waking up in a haze. On certain days, her legs seemed burdened, as if they resisted the urge to move. As the afternoons rolled in, she would sense that all too familiar tide of weariness washing over her. It was exasperating. She was following all the right steps. What could be the reason for her lack of the expected energy? That was the moment she unearthed one of the most significant yet frequently ignored elements in the pursuit of graceful aging: rest. Many individuals are unaware of the profound impact sleep has on various aspects of life, influencing everything from energy levels to memory and mobility. It's not merely a matter of resting, it's about rejuvenating and reconstructing. Each night, your body engages in a profound restoration process. It enhances your strength, revitalizes your vitality, and even hones your intellect. However, if your sleep quality is lacking, that process becomes disrupted. Barbara began to examine her sleep patterns, and what she discovered left her astonished. She was evolving with each passing year. Her body was depleted, lacking the opportunity to rejuvenate. Does this resonate with you? Are you finding yourself waking up several times during the night, restless and unable to settle, or still feeling fatigued despite a complete night's rest? It may seem like a natural consequence of getting older, yet the reality is that you possess greater influence over your sleep than you might expect. Discover how Barbara transformed her nights, and you can achieve the same results. Initially, she established a routine for her sleep. She retired for the night at the same hour each evening and rose with the dawn at the same moment each morning. It may seem straightforward, yet your body flourishes with a consistent rhythm. Next, she established a calming evening routine. She switched off her devices an hour prior to sleep, softened the lighting, and indulged in a warm bath to ease her body into relaxation. And third, she transformed her bedroom into a serene haven for rest. A serene environment, free from screens and harsh illumination, inviting tranquility and relaxation. In just a week, she began to rise each morning feeling invigorated rather than exhausted. Her thoughts were sharper, her physique felt more robust, and she experienced a surge of vitality all day long. This serves as your gentle nudge. Everyone is worthy of profound, rejuvenating slumber. Don't allow inadequate sleep to steal away your energy and liveliness. Implement these straightforward adjustments and witness the transformation firsthand. However, Barbara still had more to say. There remained one challenge she needed to confront, something even more perilous than inadequate rest, something we all fall prey to, the concealed threat lurking within your everyday habits. If I were to inquire about the amount of time you dedicate to sitting each day, what would your response be? Approximately 5 hours. Now multiply it by 2. Many individuals are unaware of the significant amount of time they dedicate to sitting. Sitting has become the go-to posture for countless moments in our daily routines. Whether we're enjoying meals, watching television, browsing on our phones, or simply unwinding, Barbara certainly followed suit. She believed she was sufficiently engaged in physical activity. Ultimately, she engaged in brief strolls and navigated through the home. However, upon monitoring the amount of time she spent sitting each day, she was taken aback. On a typical day, she found herself seated for more than 8 hours. And here lies the unsettling aspect. The more time you spend seated, the more challenging it becomes to rise again. Consider this. Sitting for extended durations can lead to reduced blood circulation, weaken muscles, decrease flexibility, and over time, these consequences accumulate. That's why basic actions, such as rising from a chair or ascending stairs, begin to seem more challenging than they once did. Barbara was determined to prevent that from occurring. I understand that you wouldn't want this to happen to you as well. Here's what she accomplished and what you can begin implementing right away. To begin, make it a point to rise every hour. Feel free to set a reminder if needed. Simply taking a moment to stand up and stretch can create a significant impact. Additionally, incorporate walking into your daily routines. Barbara began to march in place as she brushed her teeth, moving around the house while on the phone, and even stretching during her TV time. And third, turn movement into a routine, not a burden. She chose not to push herself into rigorous exercise routines. Instead, she sought out little opportunities to stay active during the day, choosing to park further from the store, opting for the stairs over the elevator, or even enjoying a dance to her favorite song in the kitchen. In just a matter of weeks, she sensed a newfound lightness in her body. Her legs glided with newfound ease. And most importantly, she no longer felt confined by her own rigidity. Allow me to clarify. Staying active is essential for maintaining your freedom. The more time you spend in one place, the more challenging it becomes to take action. There may come a time when you find yourself grappling with even the most basic tasks, such as rising from a chair or making your way across the room. Yet, you possess the ability to transform that reality. Begin immediately. Take a few extra steps today compared to yesterday. Your future self will express gratitude. Barbara was experiencing a newfound sense of vitality. She was enjoying restful sleep, becoming more active, and reclaiming her vitality. Yet something remained elusive. One thing she had not recognized was influencing everything from her bones to her mood. In the upcoming section, I will unveil a simple and free method that can dramatically enhance your health in no time. This is an opportunity you won't want to overlook. 6. The one element you might be overlooking. Each day, Barbara was in her element. She found herself in motion more often, spending less time seated, and experiencing the finest sleep she had enjoyed in years. Her vitality was returning, her physique felt more robust, and for the first time in ages, she sensed a newfound mastery over her own journey through time. However, an unexpected turn of events occurred. One afternoon, as she sat on her porch, She came to the realization that, despite all the strides she had taken, there was still a lingering sense of unease within her. There were days when her joints ached, her spirits waned, and she struggled to understand the reason behind it all. It was at that moment her doctor posed a straightforward question that transformed everything. How frequently do you venture outdoors? Barbara contemplated the matter. Indeed, she enjoyed brief strolls, yet the majority of her time was devoted to indoor activities like reading, watching television, or attending to household tasks. She had never thought that spending too much time indoors could truly be contributing to her feelings of unease. The revelation that followed left her in utter disbelief. Many are aware that sunlight aids in the production of vitamin D, yet few grasp its critical importance, particularly as one grows older. Vitamin D is essential for maintaining strong bones, ensuring muscle flexibility, and promoting pain-free joints. Insufficient amounts lead to weakened bones, increased risk of falls, and a sense of stiffness that makes movement challenging. And here lies the twist. With age, our capacity to generate vitamin D naturally diminishes. If you're not soaking up enough sunlight, your body is missing out on one of the most potent and freely accessible health enhancers out there. Barbara had never considered it from that perspective. For years, she believed that her joint pain and occasional fatigue were merely the inevitable signs of aging. But what if it were not? She resolved to try it out. Each morning she ventured outside for a brief 10 minutes. There's no intricate schedule, no additional exertion, just a serene moment on her porch, basking in the warmth of the sun. In just a matter of weeks, she began to notice the change. Her spirits soared, her body felt more at ease, and she found herself enjoying more restful nights. And here's what's truly remarkable. This is supported by scientific evidence. Research indicates that consistent sunlight exposure enhances sleep quality, boosts mood, strengthens immune function, and supports brain health. May I inquire, how much time do you dedicate to the great outdoors? If your response is not much, then it's time to consider a shift. The most exciting aspect? There's no need for any extreme measures. Discover the ways to experience the advantages right now. Initially, strive for a mere 10 to 15 minutes of sunlight each day. The morning sun is ideal as it aids in regulating your sleep cycle. Yet any exposure throughout the day is preferable to none. Next, incorporate it into your everyday habits. Enjoy your coffee outdoors, take a brief stroll post-lunch, or just relax by a window where the sunlight can warm you. Lastly, remember to safeguard your skin. Apply sunscreen if you plan to spend extended time outdoors, but embrace the sun without fear. Your body requires it. Barbara was astonished by the significant impact that such a straightforward habit had. She was beginning to rediscover her true self, feeling more robust, joyful, and full of vitality. However, she still had more to accomplish. Although the sunlight brought her a sense of relief, she understood that there was one more step she needed to take to ensure her body remained agile. A guarantee that her independence would remain intact. 7. The straightforward practice that keeps you active. One morning, as Barbara knelt to fasten her shoe, a familiar discomfort surged through her knees. It was understated, yet she understood its significance perfectly. Her legs were growing increasingly feeble. Despite the strides she had taken, she came to the understanding that she hadn't focused on any particular actions to fortify them. And if she didn't begin now, she was aware of what awaited her next. Challenges with standing, instability, and an increased likelihood of falls. She had witnessed it occur to countless friends of hers. A minor tumble, a broken hip, and just like that, everything shifted for them. That was not in her future. Thus, Barbara dedicated herself to her legs. Your leg muscles serve as the essential support for your ability to move freely. They are the essence of your autonomy. As soon as they begin to falter, routine tasks like standing, walking, and climbing stairs become increasingly challenging. However, there is a silver lining. It requires only a little effort to enhance them. Barbara chose not to enroll in a gym. She didn't dedicate countless hours to workout regimens. She began dedicating a few minutes each day to leg exercises. In just a matter of weeks, she began to notice the change. Rising from a chair, simplified. Strolling for extended stretches, absolutely manageable. Ascending steps. She acted with unwavering resolve. If she can achieve it, you can too. Here are 3 straightforward leg exercises you can begin right away. To begin, let's focus on chair squats. Take a seat in a chair, then rise without the aid of your hands. Repeat this 5 to 10 times to activate your leg muscles. Next, leg lifts. As you sit, stretch one leg out in front of you, maintaining the position for a few moments before bringing it back down. Do the same on the opposite side. This enhances the strength of your thigh muscles, essential for maintaining balance. Lastly, heel raises. Grip a solid support, elevate onto your toes, and then gently descend back down. This enhances the strength of your calves, boosts circulation, and aids in preventing swelling in your legs. The secret lies not in doing much. It's about taking action each day. Barbara began dedicating only a few minutes each day. Now she strides with assurance, aware that her legs can take her wherever she desires to venture. And that is my wish for you. Losing mobility encompasses far more than the inability to walk. It concerns the loss of autonomy. However, you have the power to stop that from happening. Barbara's journey was characterized by subtle, yet meaningful transformations. It revolved around minor, steady efforts that created a significant difference as time passed. At this moment, she stood on the brink of her final step. A straightforward routine that would not only strengthen her body, but also provide her with tranquility, insight, and harmony. It was an experience unlike any other. And once she embraced it, she realized she had uncovered the missing element she had been searching for. In the upcoming section, I will demonstrate how this singular practice has the potential to transform everything. Your physical being, your thoughts, and your complete sense of joy. This is something you definitely don't want to overlook. 8. The journey that reshapes your body and mind. Barbara had journeyed a long way. She was becoming more active, spending less time seated, enjoying restful nights, basking in the sunlight, and building strength in her legs. She experienced a sense of well-being that she hadn't felt in a long time. Yet, one element remained elusive. Although her body was becoming more robust, there were moments when she experienced a profound tension in her muscles, akin to an unyielding stiffness that lingered. There were mornings when she would rise, only to find her joints reluctant to cooperate. And then came the mental hurdles. The passage of time brought with it a host of concerns. What if she experienced a serious tumble? What if she were to lose her freedom? What if everything she had achieved began to fade away? The anxiety of uncertainty lingered in her thoughts, and despite her improved physical state, she recognized the necessity of finding something to regain her sense of control. Not merely of her body, but of her innermost thoughts. It was at that moment she stumbled upon the practices of yoga and tai chi. Initially, she harbored doubts. She believed these activities were meant for the young and agile, not for someone in her 70s. However, after merely a week of practice, she discovered something remarkable. This was the crucial element. She experienced a newfound sense of ease, harmony, and fluidity in her body. Her thoughts were serene, sharp, and concentrated. What's the most exciting aspect? She was capable of accomplishing it right in her living room. If you've ever experienced stiffness, tension, or a lack of balance, this is meant for you. The key to maintaining mobility throughout your life. A significant factor contributing to the loss of independence in older adults is the decline in their balance. It begins gradually, almost imperceptibly. A sense of unsteadiness begins to creep in. You steer clear of specific movements as they disrupt your sense of equilibrium. You pause before descending from a curb, extending your hand toward an item perched on a high shelf, or navigating through an uneven terrain. And then on a fateful day, a fall occurs. For numerous older adults, a fall can alter the course of their lives. It may involve trips to the hospital, extended periods of recovery, and potentially losing the capacity to live on one's own. Barbara had witnessed it unfold for her friends. She wished to avoid it altogether. Upon discovering that both yoga and tai chi have been scientifically validated to enhance balance and coordination, she felt compelled to explore these practices herself. She began with just a brief 5 minutes each day. She discovered basic movements that softly elongated her muscles and engaged her core. She engaged in deliberate, thoughtful motions that allowed her to experience a deeper sense of stability and connection. And within weeks, she observed something remarkable. Her apprehension of falling began to fade away. She confidently stepped onto the uneven sidewalks without a moment's hesitation. She sensed a newfound strength in her stance. And above all, she regained her trust in her body. To maintain your stability, strength, and independence for as long as you can, this is the solution you need. There's no requirement for you to be adaptable. There's no requirement for athleticism. All it takes is that first step. 10. Beyond mere physical activity. A path to tranquility. One of the most unexpected advantages of yoga and Tai Chi extends beyond the physical realm. It's absolutely wild. For Barbara, tension had always been a companion she bore along her journey. She felt anxious about her well-being. She felt a sense of unease about what lay ahead. She felt anxious about the possibility of being a weight on her family's shoulders. And those concerns burdened her. On certain nights, they would even prevent her from sleeping. However, a transformation occurred as she began to engage in deliberate, thoughtful movement. She started to sense a newfound lightness, not only within her body but also in her thoughts. The practice of yoga revealed to her the art of deep breathing, the essence of relaxation, and the liberation from the tension she had clung to for years. Tai Chi enabled her to move with elegance and precision, fostering a tranquility and concentration that permeated her daily existence. After a long time, she finally experienced a sense of being in the moment. She was neither anchored to the past nor apprehensive about what lay ahead. She existed in this moment, embracing a sense of well-being. You can experience that feeling as well. Ways to begin today. A studio is not a necessity. There's no requirement for costly courses. This can be accomplished from the comfort of your own home. Let's explore the starting point. Start with just 5 minutes. Rise to your feet, inhale deeply, and gracefully extend your arms skyward. Allow your body to awaken. Next, emphasize deliberate and measured actions. Attempt to raise one foot just above the surface, then bring it back down. This straightforward act fosters equilibrium and mastery. And third, don't stress over achieving perfection. The aim is not to conquer challenging postures. The aim is to engage, inhale, and experience well-being. Barbara began her journey without the knowledge of how to do everything flawlessly. She has only just begun, and that changed everything. The decision lies in your hands. Barbara's journey began with subtle transformations. She didn't transform her life in an instant. She established realistic objectives. She made the choice to reclaim her sense of well-being. And with each passing day and every small step, she achieved it. Her sleep has improved significantly. She glides with assurance. She possesses a strong sense of agency over her body and her destiny. Now the stage is set for you. Growing older isn't about diminishing your power. It's about deciding the way you wish to exist. So what will you decide? Are you ready to embark on that initial journey toward feeling more robust, balanced, and invigorated? Are you ready to begin implementing small adjustments that will enhance your mobility and freedom for years to come? Your body is eager for you to embrace the opportunity. Feel free to proceed. Embrace the journey by taking that initial step today. If you're prepared to begin, feel free to share in the comments. What's the first thing from this video that you plan to implement? I eagerly anticipate the unfolding of your narrative.